So under angle relationship vocabulary, an acute angle is an angle less than 90 degrees. An obtuse angle is an angle greater than 90 but less than 180. Okay? It does have to be less than 180, it can't be more. A right angle is a 90-degree angle. A straight angle is a 180-degree angle. It is a straight line. Okay? Supplementary angles are two angles that add to 180 degrees. So here if I look at this, angle AXB and angle AXC, those two together equal 180 degrees. Okay? Complementary angles are two angles that add to 90 degrees. So CXB and BXA, when I add those two angle measures together, they're going to equal 90. Vertical angles are a pair of angles with equal measures that lie on opposite sides of two intersecting lines.
So it's
So-
like equal perpendicular lines.
Yes, correct. Vertical lines do not have to be perpendicular though. They just need to be two intersecting lines at any point. Perpendicular lines meet at 90-degree angles. That's my difference.
Oh, I did not know that.
Perpendicular lines meet at 90-degree angles. So vertical lines just cross. Okay? And what actually is vertical here is not the whole lines itself, but there are actually two sets of vertical angles here. It is the opposites. So these two are vertical, and these two are also vertical. So AXD and BXC are vertical angles, but then AXB and DXC are vertical angles. Do y'all see that? It's where the X is created. So these two are vertical, and these two are another set of vertical angles. Okay. Adjacent angles are just two angles that have a common side and a common vertex. The vertex is the point at which they meet. Okay? Parallel lines are lines that are the same distance apart. Parallel lines never meet or intersect. Perpendicular lines. This is where you see that. They're lines that intersect at a right angle. Okay, all of those angles would be right 90-degree angles. Intersecting lines are lines that meet at exactly one point. A transversal is a line that crosses two lines. So line C is a transversal. Interior angles are angles that are inside the parallel lines. So that would be angle 8, 3, 7, and 4. Exterior angles are angles that are outside the parallel lines, like 1, 2, 5, and 6. Corresponding angles is a pair of angles with equal measure that lie on the same side of the transversal and on the same side of each parallel line. So corresponding angles are in the same position. So the reason why we do this right now is because if I would take this line right here, that has 1 and 2, right here, this top line, 1, 2, 8, and 3, and I would translate it to here, do you see that those angles would be exactly the same?
Mm-hmm.
So 1 and 7 would be the same, 2 and 4 would be the same, 8 and 6 would be the same, and 3 and 5 would be the same. Because I can translate it to that point. Does everybody see that? Okay, this is why this is where we do it at, because it's still a transformation. Alternate interior angles are two angles with equal measure on opposite sides of the transversal that are between the parallel lines. Interior means inside. Okay? Alternate exterior angles are two angles with equal measure on opposite sides of the transversal that are outside parallel lines. So exterior means outside. Okay? So like I said, there was nothing for us to do here, but this is everything that we're going to be doing today. Okay? It's just the vocabulary. So it's something that you can refer back to. All right. So what I want you to do now, I want you to open up the L2, angle relationships and basic diagrams. So you're opening up this document, angle relationships and basic diagrams. So some of these things are going to be sort of new to you. Just pay attention. By the end of today, I'm hoping that you'll understand all of them. Okay? So it says, what angle is vertical to angle AEC? So what I'm going to do is I am going to take and I'm going to trace over AEC. From when we just went through our vocabulary, vertical vertical to AEC means that it creates the X and its opposite. So if this was the angle, this would be the vertical angle down here. So let's see, what angle creates that X with this? Does anybody see it?
DEB.
DEB. DEB creates that X. So this is going to be angle DEB. Okay? All right, I'm going to erase what I have there so I can do the next one, just so we don't get confused. Okay? So the next one is angle CEB. So I'm going to have CEB. Which one creates an X with CEB? AED. Do we see that? There's the X. Okay, so this is going to be angle AED. All right, once again, I'm going to erase what I have. Name an angle that is supplementary. What does supplementary mean? Do you
I
remember?
forgot, wait, I know it's that. Same?
Not the same. Supplementary means that it's going to be equal to 180 degrees.
Yeah.
Supplementary straight. So AEC, so I'm going to highlight AEC. Which one creates the straight line with AEC? AED. AED. Do y'all see the straight line? Straight line's right there. So this is going to be angle AED. All right, let's see what they say now. All right, now they tell me that the measure of DEB, so the measure of DEB, which is right here, is 35 degrees. What is AEC?
445 degrees.
If DEB is 35, then AEC has to be the
Oh,
exact
AEC.
same.
I'll
So this is also going to be 35 degrees because those angles are vertical, which means they have the same angle measure. So this is going to be 35 degrees. Okay? All right. If the measure of DEB is 35, what is the measure of AED? So now I'm trying to figure out this measure right here. Okay, does anybody have a clue how I'm going to find that out?
Are you gonna
Oh,
do
it's not
180
more than
minus
180.
180 minus 35 is what I have to do. Because remember that created a straight line, right?
Yeah.
So 180 minus 35 is going to equal to 145. So 145 degrees. Now I know it doesn't ask this, but what is the measure of CEB?
145.
145. 145.
Because if the other two are 35, then they both have to be 145.
Yep. Okay? Any questions on that?
No.
All right, let's look at 2. In the figure below, EGH is a right angle. I have a question. If EGH is a right angle, what else is a right angle?
HDF.
HGF. That means they both have to be right angles. Okay? Does everybody see that?
Yeah.
All right. Find the measure of IGH.
40.
How did you know that?
Because it's right angles 90 and 90 minus 50 is 40.
Is 90 minus 50 is 40, and that is correct. So IGH is going to be 40 degrees. Find the measure of IGF. So now I want to know IGF.
Oh,
Yeah.
130.
How did you get 130?
Because
180
180
minus 50.
I mean, yeah,
What
180.
is third, 1/3?
Okay, y'all did 180 minus 50? Is that what we did?
Yes.
Does anybody see another way you could do it?
90 plus 1.
90 plus 40, because this is 90, and that small angle right there is 40, right?
Yes.
So I could have did 90 plus 40, or I could have did 180 minus 50. Do y'all see
That would
that?
be more steps.
Not really. Because you already know all of those measurements.
I know, but like if we were just given the question of B,
Yeah, if you were just given a question
we
to
would
be,
just
do
we'd
one,
have to
yeah.
do that one and then.
That's correct, that is
If
correct.
you're smart enough.
Okay, what angle is complementary to EGI? What does complementary mean?
Equal.
Not equal,
No, it means 90.
it means 90. So which one creates a right angle with EGI?
RGA.
IGH. IGH. So angle IGH. What angle is supplementary to EGI?
Supplementary
Is 180.
is 180, right?
Supplementary is 180. Complementary is 90.
HG. No.
That would be IGF.
IGF. Angle IGF. Any questions?
Nope.
Alright, let's look at number 3. In the figure below, MLK is a right angle. So I'm going to go ahead and put that. So MLK is a right angle. If MLK is a right angle, what else is a right angle?
MLJ.
MLJ. Okay? Find the measure of NLK.
Do 180 minus 48.
No.
90
plus
plus
48.
90 plus 48 is the only way I can find this one right now. Okay? So 90 plus 48.
138.
138. No, not 138.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. 48 plus 90.
I'm at, yes,
Now.
I was subtracting in my head. Sorry, 138, that is correct. I was subtracting for some reason. All right, find the measure of JLN. How would I find JLN?
48
90
minus
minus
48.
90 minus 48.
42. Yeah.
Okay? Find the measure of MLO. Okay, so if JLN is 42,
138.
we have to figure some stuff out right
So
here.
you do, yeah, now you do 180 minus. 180
So
minus-
what I'm looking for, let's highlight what we're looking for.
Because KLO is equal to NLM.
MLO
And
is
then
what I'm
you
looking
just add
for.
the 90 degrees. So that'd be
So it's 90
138.
minus 48. Yeah, because the angle of not NLM is the same angle as KLO.
No, it's not.
Wait, what?
How's it not? Because K is like,
So you're saying that this angle right here is 48 degrees,
It's not.
It's
Yeah.
not.
it looks like it.
but it's not.
It's 42.
It's 42. Do you see why
Yes,
it's 42
yes,
and not
yes,
40?
Now I
see.
Now you see it?
Yeah.
So this is 42 degrees. So how am I going to find MLO again?
90 plus 42.
90 plus 42.
132.
Okay, 132. Okay, go take care of that out the door, please. Thank you. Okay, out the door, I asked. All right, what angle is supplementary to JLN?
KLO.
NLK.
No, KLO.
It's
KO.
KL, yeah.
All right,
So
so
we just said it was
supplementary to
42.
JLN is what?
KLO.
Supplementary
It's
is 180. So that's gonna be NLK.
Okay.
Boom.
Sorry.
What angle is complementary to JLN? JLN
Kill.
in what?
And angle.
What angle is complementary to JLN? What does complementary mean? No, complementary is
It equals 90 degrees.
90 degrees. So which one equals 90 degrees with JLN?
NLM.
NLM.
Oh, okay.
What angle is vertical angle to JLN? We talked about this already.
They'll add N
KLO.
or N.
KLO,
Yeah. They're both 42.
because they're both 42. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Wait, can you please zoom in?
Okay? We got it?
Yeah.
Alright, let's look at number 4. Alright. Actually, before we go to number 4, can you take out a piece of loose leaf?
Yes.
Everybody take out a piece of loose leaf. Alright, I want you to turn your loose leaf landscape, which means sideways. Okay, sideways.
That's called landscape.
That is called landscape, yes.
Hot dog and hamburger.
Wait, I was just thinking, I remember, after this is why I was like, alright, I can get hamburger.
Okay?
Hot dog.
Alright, so what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and I want you to draw a line.
Okay.
Okay.
Line?
Yeah, straight line.
Vertical or horizontal?
You.
Just a random
you-
straight line?
You.
Draw a line going across the page. Okay? Once you draw one, I want you to draw a parallel line right underneath it.
Okay.
Okay? I want you to label the top line P and the bottom line A. Okay? Then, what I want you to do is I want you to draw a line that intersects those two lines, and I want to label that one as T. Okay? So, I'm going to say that T is equal to a transversal. And I'm also going to say that line P and line A are parallel. Line P and line A are parallel, and T is equal to the transversal. Is everybody good? All right. Now I'm going to label, this is angle 1, this is angle 2. Underneath 1, I'm going to label angle 3. Under 2, I'm going to label angle 4. This is going to be angle 5. Next to 5 is going to be 6. Underneath 5 is going to be 7, and underneath 6 is going to be 8. Okay? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go through and talk about all the different lines that can happen here. Okay, all the different angles. So the first one I'm going to start with is I'm going to start with vertical. Vertical angles are going to be equal in measure, and they create a X when formed. Okay, so vertical angles, I'm going to start with angle 1. Angle 1 is going to be vertical to angle 4. Okay, so I'm going to put angle 1 and angle 4. Now I'm not going to label all the vertical angles with an X, and the reason why I won't is because I don't want it to get confusing. Okay, but what is another set of vertical angles?
2 and 3,
2 and 3,
6, 7, 5, 8.
5 and 8,
5 and 6.
and angle, not 5 and 6, 6 and angle 7. They have to be opposite of each other. Okay, opposite of each other.
That's not.
All right. So those are my four. Shh.
I did know it.
Hey,
You got it.
hey, hey. Those are the four sets of vertical angles. Okay? All right. The next set I am going to is going to be corresponding. Corresponding angles are also equal in measure. Okay? And I'm going to represent these by a diamond. So I'm going to go with 2. So angle 2 is going to correspond with angle 6. Remember, this is where the translation takes place. Okay? Same spot.
One.
So
But
this
they
is going to
say
be angle
Equal
2
angle measure, but opposite.
and angle 6. No, not,
I mean,
it's
not opposite.
not opposite. Yes, yes. Equal angle measure in the same spot on 2 different lines. So what's another one?
1, 5,
1 and 5.
3, 7, 6, 8.
Angle 3 and angle 7 and angle
5, 8. No, wait.
no 4
4, 1.
and 8. So 1 and 5, 2 and 6, 3 and 7 and 4 and 8. That's my corresponding angles. Okay? The next set of angles I'm going to look for are going to be my, I'm going to zoom in a little bit if I can. It's going to be my supplementary angles. Now remember, supplementary angles are 2 angles that equal 180 degrees. 180 degrees. Okay? I'm going to go with a circle here. So, I'm going to go with 5 and 7. Okay, that's one set. Anybody see another set?
6, 8.
6 and
2,
8.
4, 1, 3. Bless you.
2 and 4. 1 and 3. Anybody see more? There are 8 of these altogether. 4 and 3.
2 and 1.
Angle 1 and angle 2.
6 and 5.
5 and 6.
8 and 7.
7 and 8. Okay, those are my supplementary angles. The next type I'm going to go with is going to be alternate interior angles, which means they have to be on the inside, they will be equal in measure. I'm going to go with a heart here. So I'm going to go with 3. So what would be an alternate interior to angle 3?
5.
They have to be
3, 4.
alternate of each other, opposite of each other. So it's going to be angle 3
Oh, okay.
8 and 1.
and angle 6. It has to be on the inside.
4, 5.
Oh, has to
4 and 5. It has to be on the inside because we are calling these alternate interiors. So they have to be on the inside.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's my 2 alternate interiors. All right, and then the last one, let's see, I'll come over here, are going to be alternate exteriors. They are also equal in measure. I'll represent those by a rectangle. All right, so I'm going to go with,
2, 7.
I'm going to label 8 here. So it's going to be 8 and
1,
1,
2, 7.
and angle 2 and angle 7. Okay? So this is kind of going to be a guide for us as we walk through this. Okay? So keep this page next to you as we go through the next couple of problems.
I didn't do that.
Okay? Everybody good? No, not yet? Okay. Everybody have everything labeled?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going back to this page now. Use the diagram to the right to answer the questions below. What angles are congruent to angle 1? So what angles are equal to angle 1? Okay, angle 3, because they are what? Corresponding.
Yeah, I feel like.
Okay, what other angle?
5, 7.
5, 7.
No. Angle 1.
8 and 6.
Angle 6 is vertical, and then angle 8 would be alternate exteriors. Okay? What angles are congruent to angle 2?
4.
Angle 4 because they're corresponding.
8.
8 because they're all,
And 7.
no,
Is
it wouldn't be
7?
8. It would not be 8.
7.
It would be 7 because they're alternate interiors. One more.
1, 2, 3. No. 2, 1.
Not 1.
5.
Angle 5 because they're vertical. Okay? Why are 1 and 6 congruent? We just talked about this. So angle 1 and angle 6, they're vertical angles.
Mark.
Okay? Now it wants us to name 2 pairs of supplementary angles. What does supplementary mean first?
It
Oh,
means-
180 degrees.
180 degrees.
Wait,
So
could
I
it be
need-
more than 2 angles?
There are more, yes, but I just want to name
3,
2.
7.
6,
3 and
8.
7.
No, I mean like
1, 5,
could there
2,
be
6,
angle 7?
4, 8.
Oh, hey, one at a time. I heard 3 and 7. What's the next one, Gage?
I said it.
So I was gonna ask a question. Like, can I have like 3 different angle measures that make up a
180? Not right now, but yes, eventually. Okay? Okay, so 3 and 7 and 2 and 6 are 2 of them. It could have been 1 and 5, it could have been 1 and 2, it could have been 5 and 6, it could have been 3 and 7, it could have been 3 and 4, it could have been 4 and 8, it could have been 7 and 8. It could have been any of those combinations. Okay? Name 2 pairs of alternate interior angles. Remember, interior means inside the parallel lines. So what's the only numbers that are
6,
inside
3.
the parallel lines?
3, 7, 2, 6.
3, 7, 2, and 6.
Oh, yeah.
Alternate interiors, what is that going to be?
7, 2, and 3 and 6.
2 and 7, and 3 and 6. Okay. So 3 says the measure of angle 3 is 138. So I'm going to zoom in here and I'm going to write 138 here. What other angles are 138?
6.
7. No.
Okay, let's look at it, y'all. Let's stop guessing for a second. Which one is vertical to 3?
1.
8.
8.
Oh.
Okay?
7.
If I did the translation, which one, where would 3 end up?
1.
On 1. They're corresponding. Which also makes what one at the top?
6.
6,
138. 6. Okay? So I have those 4 angles. Now my other angles are going to be a different measure. How do I find that out?
42.
How do I find it out? How do I find it out?
Oh, well, you do 138
180
minus 138.
minus 138.
52.
42. So 5 is going to be 42. 2 is going to be 42. 7 will be 42. And 4 will be 42. So y'all, when I have 2 parallel lines cut by a transversal, I am only going to have 2 angle measures in that problem. One angle measure is 138, the other angle measure is 42. Do you see that they're all 138 or 42? Yes.
And what would this be called? Like
This
that
is
whole angle measure with the lines, the
a
curve.
parallel line cut by a transversal. Okay? Alright. So the measure of angle 4 was the only one I was really asking for. What is the measure of angle 4? 42. Alright, let's try another one. Without random loud outbursts. The measure of angle 2 is equal to 125. Okay? So I'm going to write 125 here. It wants me to figure out all the other angle measures. Let's figure out what is 125 first. What other one is 125?
3.
Why?
Because it's
vertical.
It's vertical. Okay. What else besides 3?
8.
8. Why 8? Why is 8?
Because it's
Alternate
alternate.
exteriors. Okay, why? I heard somebody say 6. Why
Oh,
6?
because it's vertical.
It's not vertical.
Oh, it's
Corresponding.
Corresponding.
Yeah, you always want to go back to the one it's giving you. So if it gave you 2, I want to go back to 2. How is 6 related to 2? It's corresponding. Okay? How do I find my other angle measure?
you do
Subtract
180 minus
180 minus 125.
180 minus 125.
65.
No,
No, it'd be 55.
55. So what is 55?
157.
1, 4, 5, and 7. Okay? Any questions?
No, ma'am.
I want you to try 6. The measure of angle 2 is 63 degrees. Find the measure of the other 7 angles.